I practice self-care by traveling. Sometimes it's good to get out of our bubble.
My best mode of self-care is to learn from my students. I've learned patience, I've learned empathy, I've learned the latest dance move.
To reach out to other teachers, share experiences, and have somebody to bounce ideas off of. It rejuvenates you and helps you reignite that passion for teaching.
So those were some kind of good ideas on what you can do for self-care. What I would like us to do now is to take a look at these questions. Time to share in the chat. What is one thing that you are doing to take care of yourself right now? So we'll start with that one. Let's just respond to the first one right now. What is one thing that you are doing to take care of yourself right now? I love it. Shopping, working out, sleep a priority, absolutely. So I have started to take care of myself. I go my weekends technology free as much as possible. So I stay off of Facebook. I stay off of Instagram. I will call, use my phone to FaceTime my kids or whatever. But technology is a big one, that social media piece. Nice, playing your cello, reading a book. Those are some really good ideas. So what can you do, or what can we all do to take care of each other as colleagues? Now, we obviously don't work in the same cities or states or buildings necessarily, but what can you do to take care of each other as colleagues? What can you do for the colleagues you do work with? What are some things you can do to help take care of them, take care of each other? This one's a little harder. Yeah. Ask them how they are. Exactly. Just taking the time to, when you ask someone, how are you? Pause and listen and make sure that you've got some time to hear how they're doing. How are you feeling? I took part in a book study by Dr. Mark Brackett, and his book is Permission to Feel. And it's really interesting it's all about helping us learn how to identify how we are feeling and what we can do then in response to that. Positive attitude being contagious. Absolutely. Excellent. Excellent. So when you think about students, the students that you guys come in contact with, what are some of your biggest concerns right now for them? Yeah, having no routine, that depression, self-harm, mental health, isolation. So I reached out yesterday to our Safe to Tell director in Wyoming, and he sent me last year's August to October data and this year's August to October data. And it was so interesting because one of the top issues this year versus last year was child abuse. Stuff going on at home. Yeah. Drugs. Those are huge, huge things that are on our hearts for our kids. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jason, for saying that. Schools are the safe place for our students, for a lot of them. And teachers are their support system. Constantly, schools in person 5 days a week, constantly nagging them about COVID rules. Yes. It's really hard. My daughter called me this morning. She's been doing virtual instruction with her first grader and her fourth grader. and they've just been doing it for about 2 weeks. And she called me because her fourth grader is copping an attitude and she wants to do her homework in her room, and she's chatting with people online while her classmates online when they should be doing instruction. And my daughter, she just broke down. She says, Mom, I want to be such a good mom, and I just don't know how to school my kids. I don't know how to do this. And so we've really got to continue to support each other and encourage each other. And so here are some ways that we can continue to practice self-care. I love that somebody said put plenty of sleep, enjoying the sunshine. If you're a tidy person and cleaning is kind of therapy for you, you go for it. You can come over and clean my place too. Read, gardening, all of those things. But we can't give hugs, which is very sad for some of us. But there are a lot of different things that we can do. Take a walk. Here's another self-care idea. Make your bed, fresh sheets, just simple things, taking in mind, keeping those things in mind. So back to just thinking about educators, what are some things that you could do to support and encourage educators in your community? What is a comfort food? Oh my goodness. Mashed potatoes and gravy. They tend to be high carbohydrate kinds of things. A chicken noodle soup, though, could be a comfort food, something that just makes your heart feel warm or satisfied. Somebody help me out here with this one. How would you define comfort food? Meatball and pie. There we go. Let's just put examples of comfort food. Yes. Uh-huh. Oh, things that have emotional attachments to them. Yes. Love it. So what are some things we can do for our teachers in our communities to help encourage them? Or what are some things that you know that your school is doing to support teachers? So how can we let them know they are appreciated? That's an excellent one. What can we do to let them know that? Absolutely, Jason. Cards, notes, yes, love it. I have started sending at least 2 to 3 times a week. I sit down and write a note of gratitude to somebody, and I send it to them, somebody in the school system. Ton of praise, yes. The principal at the school that I have been working at, she is offering, so I don't know, how many of you are familiar with positive behavior interventions and supports, PBIS schools? Give me a yes in the chat box if you know what a PBIS is. Oh, nice. Travis, if they want to reach out to me, please let them know they are welcome to. I'd be more than happy to chat with them about the Happy Teacher piece. So positive behavior interventions and supports is a system within a school that rewards positive behaviors and provides interventions to support that continuing positive behavior. And we do weekly drawings. I was in a kindergarten classroom substituting the other day because we're so short on subs. And at the end of the day, the kindergarten teacher, she had given out little shark tickets because they're the Spring Creek Sharks. And so shark tickets were for paying attention, for being kind to a classmate, for picking up trash, and all sorts of things. And so these shark tickets were in a bowl. And every day, the last 15 minutes of class, she draws two tickets. One ticket gets to sit on the bouncy ball for their chair for the next day. And the other ticket gets to have a stuffed animal for the week, for the day. And then she puts her stuffed animals in quarantine for 2 weeks, and all the routines that we do with COVID now. So our principal has started doing one of those drawings for teachers. And whatever teacher she draws, she either covers their recess duty or gives them an extra 15-20 minute planning time, and she then teaches their class. So there are a lot of different things that we can do to support that. And so I'm just going to wrap up, and then we'll do any question and answering that you might have. Thank you so much for your participation today. And we really need to remember that you can't pour from an empty bowl, and you can't teach from an empty soul.
All right, let's give them your contact information. So they know how to get a hold of you. Where was that? Is that the first slide?
I think it was on the first slide.
All right, let's go to the first slide because they're going to want to get a hold of you.
There you go, right there.
And again, well done. You exceeded my expectations, and they were already high, so great job. I don't think we do enough for our staff right now, and we're all concerned about our students. So any questions for Cheryl before we wrap this up? By the way, I really liked how this was very interactive. That was nice. That was nice, especially when you're the last person of the day. You kept them engaged.
Well, thank you.
Well, Sabella, if you will leave that information up, we're going to wrap this up. Tomorrow, we will be back at, let me take a look at the schedule. We have 2 sessions tomorrow. We're going to start at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We will start right at 2, and then I'm going to give Lori Gallion as much time as possible because she's going to be talking about bleed control. We'll take a half-hour break, and then Sergeant Stefan Beige from Addison will be talking about autism. And I've heard him speak before, and he does a phenomenal job on that subject as well. So I want to thank everyone for being here today. Tomorrow's the last day. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.